Gala Zena, a 5-star Gala light staff unit, and was the first staff unit that was classified as an attack unit. Back then, this was the closest to us getting a Zephyr on the team. In terms of performance, she was a bit clunky to use, a confusing hybrid of a healer and attacker in today's standards. Now, she gets a mana spiral, which improved more on her healing capabilities, but also making her powerful force strikes way easier to use. Do note that I have a previous video on Gala Zena during her release. Modifiers and abilities that did not change will not be mentioned in this video, so please watch my previous video for those. Gala Zena has a set of abilities that comprise of a mix of healing and self-defense. Her improved Hallowed Ore specs now has an additional feature. It allows her main healing skill to also provide a defense amp, which is not really useful as the 30-second cooldown does not allow her own defense amp to go beyond team amp level 1, not without other defense amp sources. Her Sacred Shield is basically the same as the Spiral upgraded affliction resistance skills, but towards both poison and curses. As for her upgraded Ore specs is Prayer, the additional feature grants a 10% increase in recovery potency while having a defense amp. This is perhaps the greatest improvement in abilities on Zena, when excluding her resistance. Before I jump to skills, here is the scaling for Zena's HP to attack, which only applies to bonuses from Whimprints and Dragons, and not including her own base HP. Her first skill is improved by having slightly increased recovery potency on her base healing and healing zone, as well as 2 major additions to this skill, the continuous healing for 15 seconds, and also the overdamage that scales to 50% of Zena's own strength. The improvements on existing parameters are not negligible and are quite welcomed, as Zena suffered from weak healing. However, the addition of continuous recovery and overdamage makes this skill significantly better, as well as making a healer build more viable on Zena. Overall, a significantly improved skill thanks to increased healing mods and addition of continuous healing and overdamage. Her second skill is her main attack skill, which focuses on the decent skill damage and speeding up force strikes. It suffered from lack of damage and low effectiveness, as she is frequently knocked back when charging her force strikes, with the increased charging speed insufficient considering the relentless attacks from most enemy stages. Now, the skill deals slightly more damage, but most importantly, she gains an additional Holy Faith effect. Holy Faith brings up the force strike charging speed to 50%, as well as allowing Zena to be immune to knockback during this effect. The main improvement of this skill falls on the Holy Faith effect, in which one addition changed this skill for the better. Overall, a skill with a simple addition that resulted in a major improvement. So, what do you think about the upgraded Gala Zena? I believe that the new upgrades have rectified Zena's 2 major issues, her recovery potency and force strike interruption. This transformed Zena from an attack type staff unit to a more balanced attack healer hybrid, who also becomes much easier to play. But, despite the improvements, I do feel that she still lags behind other healers that also possess offensive capabilities, owing to the fact that she is one of the earlier units of this particular archetype. Overall, the new upgrades make Zena a much more viable unit in modern stages, but she'll need more emphasis on particular abilities to truly make her shine. That's all from me. Moga out.